executive producer Julie Gardner. Next, we have the director of Children of Earth, Euros Lyn. Next, we have the creator, the writer, and executive producer of Torchwood, Russell T Davies.
I like being in the middle. I love you too.
Okay, so it sounds like a good portion of you have seen the full miniseries, is that correct? So, just want to talk to you all about the concept for this. A little bit darker, a little bit more intense than previous series of Torchwood. Where did you come up with the story and the decision to go with the 5-night format?
It was a combination of two things. Practically, the show was moving on to BBC One in the UK, and it was a series Torchwood's changed every single year. It started on BBC Three, it moved to BBC Two. It was moving on to prime time, BBC One, the big mainstream channel in the UK. Part of the discussion was, part of the discussion about that move was how to make it feel like a really big event. And in all those conversations, it was, well, what type of story could we tell across 1 week of transmission? And so then Russell started to think about stories.
I suppose, yeah, it's funny because we never sort of said, let's make it darker, ever. And that's never an agenda sort of stuff. It's just, we had to make it bigger. We had to make it stronger. We had to make it work. It was very interesting in moving something into the prime time channel. Little knowing back then, 18 months ago, in doing so, we tripled its ratings.
Yeah!
So, I literally, you don't sit there and you don't sit there and think, let's make it the #1 show on to stuff for 5 nights running. You just think, oh God, let's just make it work. Please let people watch it. So that's where the intensity came out of that. Like, please watch, please work. So, because if that hadn't worked, it would have been the end of Torchwood. So that's where that strength came from. Yes.
John, you've had some experience with the American TV audience. How do you feel about the response in America to the show as opposed to the response in the UK?
Well, first off, the response in the UK has been absolutely brilliant and overwhelming. And the UK is Torchwood's home, but we've found a second home like I have, and in retrospect, looking at, I do both countries in a sense, and there was no pun intended either. And to have another home in the US on BBC America, to be able to launch BBC HD with Torchwood, and to have the ratings that we've had in the US, where we have was it tripled or something? I'm probably wrong, but don't quote me then. But we've done amazingly well on here, and the American audiences have taken to us like a duck to water in a sense, and it's am I right to say we always wanted it to happen, but didn't expect it to happen in the way that it did. It's been like a massive tidal wave that's just overwhelmed us all a little bit, and all I can say from the bottom of my heart, I know these guys feel the same. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Euros, as director, talk a little bit about the challenge of this format, the 5-night serialized bang, bang, bang. How did you approach that and getting all that story?
I mean, as Russell said, we wanted to be bigger. We wanted to have bigger laughs. We wanted to have bigger sorrows. We wanted to have a huge scale to the series. So when you're making something of that scale, you know, from our budget, you know, it's a huge task. And we had the most brilliant crew, fantastic cast, you know, great support from our producers and execs. So, you know, as a team, I think, you know, I as a director kind of turn to them and rely on their input to make the show work.
Yeah, but you were pretty damn good yourself. I mean, because one of the things that, and I say this as an actor, when you have a new director, Euros has a huge, as you all know, an amazing track record with Doctor Who. The cast when he comes in, like, okay, alright, so he's coming in, you know, but we all sit down and we talk about it, and we had that initial meeting, and you know, you find out what direction you all want to go in, and you just go with it, and things can change as time goes on, and it's a learning process for everybody, but you did an absolute amazing job. Thank you. And he's also very cute, isn't he? To embarrass him. No, I'm trying to be really good here today. I'm trying to not have a double entendre because it says here, please be aware that many of our members may be under 18 years of age. Well, you know, Torchwood is a little more adult, so get out if you are, okay? Stay and learn something. Watch and learn. Jokes that I like to do, but Euros at times would just do this. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's do it again. Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So unless we failed, but he's still very cute, and he's Welsh.
We're gonna.
You know, you could laugh too. So serious, because you're also quite hot too. Go game.
Did you want to change places?
No.
And the alien itself, and I quite like the idea that we never really got a clear look at the creature. But I know some people were a little disappointed or might have liked to see that. Talk about the decision to not give us that look.
That was a decision right away in the script, wasn't it? That because we've all looked at this convention, how many monsters and creatures and how many wonderful prosthetics out there, CGI creatures, and you know, there are millions of films and television programs with these creatures in. So in a way, you're not going to top them. You're not going to top what George Lucas is doing or what Peter Jackson's doing and stuff like that. So I sort of thought, let's go the other way. Let's imagine it for the 1960s and fast forward something. And this is and we could have afforded to be, it wasn't anything. But that tank was a very, very expensive thing to build. As you're making that tank airtight, so no smoke crept into the rest of the room. So at the same time, every time it did creep out, stop, it was just terrible, isn't it? But it's just more scary. It's literally